Hello Alex, hello Paradox, welcome to the chat. Paradox, they've just made you a moderator for the YouTube channel. It was an oversight earlier this week. So please excuse me for forgetting that very important piece of the puzzle. Like the music's really loud, let me turn it down. There we go. Some more reasonable volume, at least on my side. Hi everyone, welcome in. So today, we are looking at this Altair platform. In about 40 minutes, they're gonna have a live stream. I'm gonna set an alarm because I've met me and I can get going and forget things. Maybe I'll set it for 35 minutes so we have a reminder. A couple minutes to switch what we're doing. So, yeah, we're going to learn about Altair today. Altair is, this isn't a paid promotion or anything, but Altair is a new streaming platform that's coming out, and I'm curious to learn more about it and see if it's something that our community would like to consider. For starters, maybe we'll look at this website and read through some of the things that's on here. And then they have, as you see here on the screen, on December 16th, they're going to have a stream to update everyone on what's happening with the platform, which is pretty exciting. But before we jump into all of that, let's see. There is a... So hopefully the bot is working. I spent a couple hours copying over things. Any of the commands that you can use on the other side hopefully will work. Such as the water command. Haha. You're just here to lurk, your headphones are broken. Okay, Paradox. No worries. There are captions, at least on my side, if that's helpful. Okay, so the thing with this is when we update the commands on one side of the bot, we got to update them on both, because we took the immediately part out at some point in the last week. That's okay. We're still learning. We're making progress. We didn't have a bot the first 3 times that we streamed to YouTube, so we're getting there. All right, so the command that we're missing has to do with WPath. As a reminder, today is the last day to submit comments during the public comment period for WPath. So I would love to encourage folks to take some minutes to do that. Let me go grab that timer. Here we go. Timers. Boop. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. Should also make it a command. Progress, not perfection is right. Love me some progress, not perfection. For reals. Alright, let's try. Whoops. One too many. I'll try this. W path. Let's see what happens when I do that. Did I forget to do an exclamation point? I might have. I did. Okay, hold on. It would help if I saved it correctly. Try again. Boop. W path. Boop. So one thing that we've already learned is there is a greater lag between... There we go. Ooh, it's not posting the hyperlink though. Interesting. Interesting. There it is. Okay, good. So that tells me that the comment period for this stuff... No, the comment length for YouTube is even shorter. Yes, much lag. So, there are some articles and things on here we can read. So, Altair. If we click this, it just takes us over here and it's like loading, and then we just have to hit refresh when it's time. But this is where the thing is going to happen. And they're not quite ready for chat to exist yet, but they're getting there. Personal profiles, everybody is unique. Look, there's like identity flags. You can choose, there's intersex, non-binary, lesbian, gay, trans, bisexual, maybe that's pansexual actually, and other identities. A's. You get to set up your pronouns from the very start here of Altair being a thing. They have pronouns and identities. They also have personas. So we've got creator, curator, developer, and artist. Everybody's unique. On Altair, your profile is a place to express yourself and share your passions and interests with the community. Our goal is to provide building blocks for users to create a profile that is as unique as they are. So for creator subscriptions, mindful memberships, we don't think you should feel pressured into maintaining creator subscriptions, and therefore auto-renews disabled by default. Of course, you can enable them on a per-channel basis whenever you want to. Iterative design. We understand the importance of iteration and revisiting things based on feedback and the needs of our users. We're taking this mindful approach to our current design system that gives us the freedom to change things easily. That's very cool. So they also have a blog, and maybe we'll just read some of the blog entries. A person has joined the team. Season of the Visionary. Why Altair? Flat creator structure. Tiered structures are tied to status. We avoid creating titles or tiers that are not mindful of a creator's mental wellness. We won't have a partnership program. Opt-in analytics. You are more than the number of followers or concurrent viewers you have. On Altair, as a default, you won't be forced to see them. No disruptive advertising. Video advertisements are intrusive. We're building a business model that doesn't depend on the disruption of your experience or the harvesting of your data. I'm really curious how they're doing this, and it sounds great. but yeah, no ads and no data harvesting. Like, fascinating. Sounds interesting. Natural exploration. You and your channel are more than a statistic, and we don't think your metrics should dictate how you discover others. We'd like to imagine our discovery process feeling more natural and fair. Here's some examples we can read through. So we've got Madin, he, him, follower, hide. Full-time moderator, part-time caster. When I'm not watching Friends, you can sometimes catch me streaming a variety of RPG games. I love anything open world and adventure. The bigger, the better. We have Hannah, they, them. I love building communities. Welcome to my own. Hi, I'm Hannah, and I love building communities and fostering a feel-good place for others to call home. You can often find me in Harry's channel spending time with friends. Fiona, she, her, follower, hide. Hey, I'm Fiona, full-time variety broadcaster. I love dabbling in pretty much every genre, so you never know what game we'll be playing next. Some of my favorites include Final Fantasy XIV, Dark Souls, Cadence of Hyrule, and Resident Evil. Ollie, any pronouns with no flag. Follower, hide. Family-friendly content is the heart of my channel. Hey everyone, I'm Ollie. I love sharing family-friendly content with my community, whether that's streams of my own or curated creators who I love to watch and think you will too. So this curated creator thing is interesting. It's like you can host channels and make your profile be about hosting other channels. That's an interesting idea. Investing, we're now raising on WeFunder. Rather than being beholden to venture capitalist stakeholders, our vision is to build a platform that prioritizes our users and have them be the stakeholders we serve first. With that goal in mind, Altair is raising capital on WeFunder. This allows us to continue building and serving our community while we grow our team and platform. Raised so far $116,000 from 146 investors. Invest on Altair. A public benefit corporation. That's an interesting catchphrase. Public benefit. Does that mean it's for profit, but it's also for the benefit of the public? Here's the About Us on Altair. So we have our tenets. Mindfulness. Every decision made and feature built aims to be mindful of the creator's overall health. Safety. Communities are safe spaces. We aim to filter and minimize bad actors. Consent. The visibility of information depends on a mutual consent between creator and viewer. Identity. Represent who you are and what you create without extensions or plugins. Our public metrics. While it's our mission to have your metrics be opt-in, we are showing ours off by default. Yes, this is a real view of our internal data. Transparency is another one of Altair's tenets, and one that is of utmost important. Annualized run rate is $3,120. Monthly recurring revenue is $260, and so far Altair memberships are 26. Metrics accurate as of December 16th, 2021. We are heavily inspired by the team at Ghost. I don't know what that is, but we'll open it to look at it if we get time. Here's the team. Interesting that they don't have pronouns with the team when they have pronouns on the platform. Seems like an important oversight. While our virtual headquarters is in Los Angeles, we're fully remote teams spread over 3 countries and 4 time zones. We're also not your traditional software company. We are minority founded. Here's Brian, the founder and CEO. Independent and majority owned. We are a diverse group of avid gamers, role players, and fandom members, all with a deep love for the world of streaming and connections we've made through it. So we've got Brian in the US, founder and CEO. Cody in US, the CTO. Dave, who's the design lead in Great Britain. Greg, the CFO in the United States. Heather, the operations lead in the US. Jackie, the product lead in the US. Candace, the user experience writer in the US. Andrea, the creator wellness lead, wherever MX is. I wonder where that is. MX, Mexico. That's my guess. And then Raul from Great Britain, platform engineer. It's so weird to see it be GB and not UK. Glad you parsed VC as venture capitalists. My brain got stuck on voice chat. That's funny. That is funny. Let's see. Our investors. We've been a public benefit corporation since our inception, which ties our mission and values to our business model. In that vein, we chose not to seek funding from traditional venture capital. Instead, we allow our users to become our investors. Alex Yang, angel investor. 118 investors via WeFunder. Zach Holman, angel investor. Visionaries via GiveButter. 2,483 visionaries via GiveButter. So GiveButter and WeFunder. Fascinating. So that's their About Us. Altair is a content creation company which focuses on the safety and well-being of our creators and the communities they foster. I mean, so far it sounds nice. It's been a long day for you, Ray. That's fair. I'm curious if there will be emotes. We love a good emote. Here is the blog. Constellations, the official Altair blog. Why Altair? Safety and moderation on DMCA on the subject of revenue. Words of welcome. This is from January of this year. So they've been building this for at least a year, if not more. Hello. Hey there, are we live on the internet? Welcome to the official Altair blog, where you'll find news, announcements, commentary, and the like as we work towards our initial launch. Hello. Welcome to the official Altair blog, where you'll find news, announcements, commentary, and the like we work towards our initial launch. It's always a bit tough to write the first post on a fresh blog and not say something like, hello world, and this coming from someone who started blogging almost 20 years ago. In our original manifesto, we set a fairly high bar for ourselves because the creators and communities we love deserve nothing less. We have quite a road ahead of us, and we're stepping forward methodically and with purpose. We're doing our math, mapping out our path, and carefully selecting financial partners to make sure we stay true to the vision we set forth, the creation of a new streaming home that empowers you to create healthfully, both financially and mentally. I would be remiss if I didn't show thanks on behalf of the team for all the support you've given us, from the people that know the team personally to those that happen to stumble upon our only social media presence. You're motivating and inspiring us on a daily basis. This is the first post of many to come, and we're happy to have you along for the journey. Here's their only social media presence. That's funny. All right. Let's see their next one. It all sounds pretty good. You're enjoying what you're guessing are digs at Twitch, not having to use plugins, etc. Indeed. On DMCA. While we're building what we hope will be your future home for your creative broadcast endeavors, we'd be remiss if we weren't keeping tabs on the current state of streaming. What a four-letter word. The truth is, the DMCA is a minefield. We have to do better for the sake of content creators. Hello folks, Cody at Altair here. While we're building what we hope will be your future home for your creative broadcast endeavors, we'd be remiss if we weren't keeping tabs on the current state of streaming. It should be no surprise that the DMCA is a topic we've been talking about with the team and our visionaries at length. I wanted to take a bit to share my thoughts on the matter at hand, what we're looking into doing to stay ahead of the curve, and to hopefully set some expectations straight with folks as to who they can look to in addressing current state to help move the needle forward. What a four-letter word. Okay, it's an acronym, but you get me. The Digital Millennium Copyright Act is a piece of copyright law in the United States, but its implications are wider reaching than just the U.S., as it implements, two treaties of the World Intellectual Property Organization, or WIPO. The intent of this law and the treaty it was adopted from was an attempt at putting clear boundaries, guidelines for appropriate use, and remediation of violations on copyright. This law was ratified in late 1998. That's right, smack dab in the middle of the dot-com bubble. You know, when using AOL was cool-ish, at least there was AIM, AOL Instant Messenger. MP3.com was the place to go for new music. The iPod was a big hard drive with a clicky wheel, and LAN parties were still the best way to frag your buddy. Even in this era, there was criticism that the law put an unfair burden on websites that could potentially host content from outside parties and put an incredibly unfair burden of proof upon those alleged of uploading content they did not have a license to distribute. I remember watching commentary about this piece of legislation as the U.S. Congress was in the process of ratifying it on Tech TV. Back then, I was a young sprout technologist, not truly understanding the ramifications, but knowing it would have a significant impact on the world going forward. Excuse me. This legislation has been around for a long time now, 22 years this past October. One would think by now we'd be pretty good at understanding how to navigate copyright as the world of social media has flourished. Even so, the DMCA does have a few saving graces, including the safe harbor provisions in Section 512 of the legislation. This is one of the reasons we, as Altair, are even willing to take on the challenge of building a new place for you to bring your content and communities to. The truth is, DMCA is a minefield. Oh, hey, Juice, welcome in. Nice. Everybody's saying hey to Juice. Welcome in, welcome in. Meowdy, DJ Nerd. Welcome in, DJ. We are just learning about Altair today. The stream where they're going to be making some announcements goes live in 23 minutes, so we're reading some blog posts in the meantime. So just realized how tiny this font is on screen, so I'm actually going to zoom in. Sorry I didn't think of that sooner. There we go. The truth is, the DMCA is a minefield. Platforms like Altair and our fellows in the industry already, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, have to comply with Section 512's requirements. This includes the notice and takedown procedures that have been the highlight of discussions. Platforms must make it easily available for rights holders to identify and submit the individual in question does not have the appropriate licenses to distribute the content they are broadcasting, as well as respond quickly to rights holders' requests to remove the content in question. Section 512 also outlines the appeals process for rights holders to challenge a takedown notice. Ultimately, it's a guilty until proven innocent model that is difficult to enforce in its current form without bludgeon-level automation. As we've all seen, this creates an unhealthy relationship between user-generated content creators and their content platform of choice, as they end up bearing the brunt of frustrations when takedowns happen, regardless of the user on the platform's fault in the matter. There have been a number of concerns surrounding the flourish of DMCA takedown requests processed recently. This was back in January that this was published. The types of content that are flagged are wide and varied. While the obvious example of non-game music being rebroadcast on platforms is one example of this, these are not the only kinds of audible content we've heard of being flagged. From wind sounds in World of Warcraft in-game music provided by the game itself, the dreaded false flag of misidentified content, loads of copyrighted content is out there, and platforms have various ways of attempting to proactively identify and address it. The landscape is rife with how the rules have been bent or broken in the absence of good guidance, proactive tooling, comprehensive licensing options, and awareness that the digital landscape in the advent of streaming content production is blazing beyond the provisions of existing legislation and treaties. Ooh, what are we grateful for today, Meowsters? Let us know in the chat. I'm grateful that all my rad pals are here to learn more about Altair with me. Pretty cool. I've been beating on the DMCA for a while here, so one might think I'm advocating to say things like, the recording industry, insert AAA game publisher, has enough money already. Screw those people, just let us stream. This couldn't be further from the truth. Personal story. I had a short but very memorable stint as a music producer, and I care very much for my friends and colleagues in that sector who depend on the proceeds from their music for their livelihoods. I myself currently receive meager but legitimate royalties from the music I've released. When I produce music, I often use samples to create my music, and those samples need to be purchased so I have the rights to use them in my creations. Proper attribution, compensation, and support from content creators and their platforms is incredibly important. In my case, without my support, the folks who provided the samples I used can't continue to create things that I use to create my things. This is just as true in the streaming world, too. We have to do better. You're grateful, Paradox, that we managed to finish our WPath comments? Me too. Y'all, if you haven't submitted them yet, please consider taking the next 20 minutes or so to do that. You can copy paste the comments that we made on my Twitter thread into the surveys, and the link's about to get posted. The bot just takes a minute to catch up. That is due in about 12 hours. So, and it's a total crime that the public comment window is as small as it is. Like 2 weeks for this WPath thing was not enough. The last version was half as long. And once, like 2 weeks out of 10 years, 2 weeks every 10 years, it's like, it's a blip. It's a total, and also throwing it at us right before the holidays, completely uncompassionate. So, anyway, I totally talked to my therapist about it. Anyway, DJ, you said you're grateful for the legwork that I put in. Oh, well, thanks. Also, Lee and Cuddles get huge shout outs and accolades for all the work that they did as well. It was a lot of text to get through. And folks, it doesn't matter what country you're in. You can submit comments from any country. This isn't a US specific thing. That's one of the beautiful things about this WPath thing. One criticism that I heard about WPath also, though, was the excuse me. It is only in English. That's another criticism that I heard. So anyone who speaks languages besides English, I think world. Yeah, I think the W stands for world. Yeah. I'm also raised grateful to be able to work from home and wear pajama bottoms today. That's so nice. Love to see it. Spent a bit of time this afternoon filling them in between grinding on Final Fantasy IX. Nice! That's awesome. Good on ya. Way to go.
I feel like I've spent my life pretending you're a great guy and trying to be like you.
All right. Let's see if we can finish this article. We have to do better. The space we're in has a massive void in the tools and processes we need to be able to be responsible creators. And even in places where tools and processes exist, the lack of knowledge about them makes them effectively useless to creators. We have to do better. This call to action doesn't rest solely on the backs of creator platforms. However, they do have a clear obligation to their creator base to provide them the things they are best positioned to provide. The outcomes of Twitch's highly visible DMCA deluge have made it clear they have a long way to go to provide creators with the tools to audit their recorded content, to ensure that DMCA takedown requests are treated with the appropriate care, and to provide sound processes to allow creators to participate in the audit process, Section 512 provides. Altair, will learn from these missteps and work to provide a first-class process for rights holders and content creators to come to reasonable conclusions and address these scenarios. I do want to be clear, just because Altair will be a fresh player in the streaming content sector doesn't mean we'll be a safe harbor for unlicensed content to be wantonly distributed. Just as much as we would care if a streamer was using art from an artist graphic designer without proper license and compensation, we care if a musician's music is being streamed without compensation. The difference we aim to achieve is to be transparent and accountable throughout this process, just as we will with every other facet of our platform. That's part of what it means to be mindful, taking into account more than just one's self when thinking about the content you're creating. With the changes in our industry needs, platforms and creators aren't the only ones on the hook. Content identification services need to constantly strive to bring context into the equation when presenting their findings on platforms. These platforms serve to try and achieve one of two goals when leveraged: to either prevent content from being uploaded to platforms or to enable user-generated content to share revenue with license holders in an easy and transparent way. It's my personal mission to strive for the latter, which gives creators as much freedom as possible in their craft while respecting the hard work that goes into the creations that are used as part of a creator's broadcast. Ensuring that content identification services are surfacing confidence data in their detection of potentially infringing content and using that in the discussion with creators when said content is found proactively will be the key to how these types of situations will be handled by us. You'll be back. You're going to watch the diet of your hair. Fun. There's a point where the game stopped giving you random encounters. Oh my gosh. Because you'd cleared all the monsters out of the area. That's so funny. For the sake of content creators, video game publishers, we strongly advocate for clear, easily digestible language for us as content creators to understand how much of a game we can use in our content. In situations where game devs use content that would be risky or costly for the publisher to provide appropriate licenses permitting streaming content creators to use the entirety of a game's experience, we strongly advocate for you to put stream-safe modes that disables or provides alternatives to content that cannot be licensed to content creators to stream. Game streaming showcases true passion for your works and has been used to generate excitement and potential sales for your creations, both of which can provide you incredible value. Your assistance in ensuring that creators have the rights and guidelines to use your incredibly hard work allows us to bring this out of a nebulous gray area it's existed in and allows us to respect your passion for your craft. Oh, and developers, if you need some folks to create some baller music for your game so that you don't need to look up license that content, I know a few folks. Hit me up. That's so funny. I love that he put that in there. Getting back to copyright law, it's time to take a long, hard look at the DMCA and its subsequent revisions, as well as WIPO treaties, and ask if this is still well suited to ensure all creators are protected going forward and are afforded the opportunity for a conversation they deserve. The Electronic Frontier Foundation states that the safe harbors are essential for innovation and creation to flourish in the digital landscape, and I couldn't agree more. Becoming educated on the provisions of the DMCA or your nation's implementation of the WIPO treaties, learning what parts of said legislation can and should be reconsidered and or amended, working with your local government representatives to effect these changes will help shape the future of how all content creators exist in our streaming world. Lastly, this is for my creator friends. Right now, things are scary and frustrating. We hear you. It's hard to understand what's safe to use, what's not, and how to go forward. The water is as murky as the bend of the Mississippi River where I used to call home, and let me tell you, it's pretty nasty. You can support your fellow creators by helping them to become more educated and by building repositories of information outlining what games might be dangerous to stream in today's landscape. As much as I'd love to build that catalog in Altair, I feel like it's far more important that this information be free and accessible and not tied to any one platform. If you organize, we'll be there to help along the way in any way we can, and the information you collate could be instrumental in keeping fellow creators and their community safe, no matter what platform they produce content on. This is one way we help create a mindful experience for content creation for all, regardless of whether you choose to make Altair your home. Thank you very much for reading. We're looking forward to moving the needle on streaming content creation with you. Until then, please stay safe and be awesome to each other. Isn't this like so wholesome and great? You love to see it. Alright. That said, it was a 7-minute read, but it felt significantly longer for me. Alright, let's see. That was DMCA. It was a 7-minute read. 5, 4, 4, 1. Here, we'll do the 1-minute read one before the thing starts in 10 minutes. On mental health and creator wellness. So wholesome. Totally. Today we introduce you to Andrea, our creator wellness lead. Excuse me. She'll be taking care of the mental health terrain on Altair and wanted to introduce what she plans to do in her position. Don't give up. You are not alone. You matter. Updated September 22nd, 2021. We are deeply sorry that it has taken the amount of time it has to handle the contents of this blog post. We wanted to make sure the harmful impact it had, we are mindful in how we move forward in correcting our missteps. The decision we have come to is to remove the contents of the post, but not the post itself. Interesting. We messed up. We own that. Terminology was used carelessly and some concepts were not fleshed out in a way that the impact would reflect our intention. If we simply remove the post, we would not be holding ourselves accountable for doing better in the future. We will be taking the coming days to update this post. We'll notify via our social platforms when that happens. During this time, we'll also be educating ourselves by consulting with marginalized creators and relevant organizations. We'll also be incorporating these resources into our internal handbook so that going forward, our entire team will be informed and educated on these matters. See, now I'm like, what happened? What did we miss? Please read our latest post, Altair Going Forward, on how we plan to learn from our mistakes and build a platform we can all be proud of. So they must have posted about mental health and wellness and did not consider some important things. Yeah, someone said something underwhelming. Not that we're distracting or anything. Here's a cattail on my face. Never forgetty. Altair going forward. In order to successfully deliver our mission, a great deal more work is required. We want to set clear expectations with y'all, make it easier to find information. Most importantly, make sure that we're taking our own tenet of mindfulness into consideration as we move forward. Written by 7 people. On Season 0, on mindful communication, on representation, on our commitment. From all of us at Team Altair, we've been humbled by how our mission to create a healthy space for creators has resonated over the past year. It's clear that based on your interactions with us via social media, through the Visionary Discord, that a place like Altair is needed in the streaming service landscape. It's also clear to us that in order to successfully deliver on this mission, a great deal more work is required. When was this published? Back in September. Okay. We want to set clear expectations with you all, make it easier to find information, and most importantly, make sure that we're taking our own tenet of mindfulness into consideration as we move forward. To that end, we have some updates. Season 0 original blog post season of the Visionary, we highlighted our plans for debut season 16 weeks in advance. While setting November as a target for launch lit a proverbial fire under us, it is now clear that while we might be able to launch a product that we'd be proud of technologically, we would not be able to launch a product that would be confident in supporting our entire vision for a mindful, transparent, and safe platform. As such, we will not be launching Season 0 November 15th, and are in the process of reevaluating when in 2022 our next target date will be. I'm curious if they're going to share that target date in the stream in 7 minutes. It's possible. The explosive growth of the Visionary program has been nothing short of humbling. So many of you have joined in the last week or so, and we're honored that you've contributed to Altair to help support its growth. So the thing they're talking about here, the Visionary program, is this thing where you can spend like $10 or something and secure your username ahead of time. And I'm one of the people that did that. I think VB Juice was passing this around a while back, and so we were like, ooh, exciting, let's do the thing. So they've had explosive growth. I mean, if you see the investment numbers they're showing, they have $116,000 US. And I wonder how many of those are those $10 usernames, right? Like, they might have hundreds of thousands of people signed up for the platform already, even though it hasn't launched. Who knows? Fascinating stuff. When we launched, oops, there's our 5-minute warning. Now for help. Now for helping. We launched the Visionary program. Our intention was more in line with the game in early access. Our visionaries would provide feedback on the minimum viable product, or MVP, which we called Season 0. That feedback cycle with our trusted group would have grown to importance as we cleaned up features and prepared for general access with Season 1. More than 2,000 of you currently, with more than 2,000 of you, we now have an incredibly healthy level of testers, and we can't thank you enough. As such, we'll be closing new admissions to the Visionary program on September 30th, 2021. So 2,000 of us secured those spots. Oh yeah, take your meds, everyone. That's a great idea. Let's do it. Taking our meds. Taking our meds. Ooh. There we go. For our visionaries participating in Season 0 testing, we'll be shipping new features in small increments rather than shooting for a full MVP. For both our visionaries and other folks interested in seeing what's coming to Altair, we're also planning video updates where we'll demonstrate new features in progress and talk about upcoming changes. We'll host a live version of these on Altair, and also provide VODs if you can't catch them at the moment. Please look forward to it. We hope you're as excited as we are to start seeing the platform in action, even in chunks. Testing these individual features will go a long way to ensure stability in our commitments to the tenets of mindfulness, consent, and safety. While we don't know when Season 1 will launch, we know that we want the full platform operational with test streams presented by visionaries to run for a month beforehand, which will serve as a good benchmark. That said, once visionaries can begin streaming, we will open registration for everyone, though they will not be able to stream until our Season 1 launch. It's crucial that our visionaries have their communities with them in full when they go live. So, that part right there is basically they want to make sure that all of you to be on the platform and hang out with all of us and keep us company. Hooray. Okay. Well, in lieu of reading the next bits of things, I think I'd rather hang out over here. Please refresh your browser at the start time. So this thing is going live in a couple minutes. This is a great... Hello, that Uno player. Welcome in. There is a new streaming platform besides YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Gaming called Altair, and they're having their very first big announcement stream in about 3 minutes. So we are gathering to watch that stream together and talk about it. This is Neferkitty. I'm Gender Meowster. And that's what we're up to today. Waiting for the Altair announcement. Yep. So if anyone needs a bio break, this is a great moment for it. In the meantime, friends, for now, if you're new, check out our socials. We're on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, all kinds of places. And if you are 18 plus and would like to hang out with other fun, comfy, cozy pals, there's the Discord invite. I do have the WPath banner because people can still submit the WPath. They can still submit comments through the rest of today. So I'll post the link for that. Bwahaha. Don't worry, it'll be gone next week. Because next week, the comment window closes because it closes in about 12 hours and 1 minute. Very exciting. Ah, yes, of course. Good shout. Because we did all the work to make the comments, so we might as well let people know they can just copy-paste the work we did as long as possible. Dang, that was a lot of work that we did. I'm taking my medicine. Mostly it's vitamins. Ooh, there's a button. I push the button. I push the button. Refresh the browser at the start time. Boop. If you were already here waiting like we were. Okay, I'm gonna wait for that number to roll over to noon. I told my therapist about the WPath stuff and he was really proud of me. He thanked me for commenting. Here we go. Alright, so there is no... Wow, this is loud. I'm gonna turn it down. So there is no chat yet. So for now, I'm gonna full screen this. Maybe I'll switch my capture over. I wonder if that person who wrote that article on the DMCA stuff is the one who produced the song. Side note. So the other thing is, there is a chat in their in Altair's Discord server where everyone's talking. There's 846 people online right now, which is wild. This is a lot of people. And that's the visionaries. There's also advisors and mods. There's 2 mods. There's 2 mods and 846 people in their chat. Oh my gosh. That's a lot. What else can you binge on BritBox? The famous 5 you finished the other day. You haven't even heard of BritBox. I don't know what BritBox is either. There's a lot of emoji spam where people are doing emojis that are dancing. There's a lot of cat jams. I threw in a Neferkitty cat jam just for the lulz. Wowzers. Bugsy Malone is on there. That might be a Christmas Day movie. Nice. I feel like Neferkitty shouldn't have a bigger spot on the screen right now. She's so cute. I love her always and forever. There's Nefer. Also, I'm surprised that we don't have more Pokemon on the bottom of the screen. Extension. Got Meowster and Ray and Meowsterbot and DJ Nerd. Like, wasn't Paradox here? Have some stars, everyone. Thanks for showing up. So it looks like there's some folks doing a voice chat where they're sharing the stream. Which of course is going to potentially take away from the view count. But might make it easier to look. Person says, dude, I can't get over how good the panels below the stream look. Here's the panels. Alteration 1, December. Alteration 2, February. Alteration 3, March. Planned broadcasts include the dates once those are confirmed. Certified B Corps, WeFunder, our socials. So now they have more than just a social. What is the basketball one? What is that? Dribble? What is Dribble? Emotes for all. Everybody gets their first 5 emotes without any restrictions or limitations. Their communities can share that new emote feeling on day 1. These Altairs are our own default, so feel also free for everybody to use globally. Well, that's fun. Are you under Neferkitty? You're next to Neferkitty now. You might have been under before. About Altair. Blah blah. Visionary program. Blah blah. It's cool that they're gonna have emotes for everybody. I wonder how they're gonna vet emotes to make sure people aren't getting trolled. There's DJ and Juice. Over there. Juice says, love those cute stars. It's so funny. I see it in, I saw it in, stream avatars before it even populated in chat. Neferkitty's keeping it chill. You're interested if they'll get into any of the info on the moderation side. Which Pokemon are you anyways? You never got into Pokemon being hungover cartoon watching. You are a Starmie right now, but if you click the link that it populated a minute ago when I typed extension, you can pick any Pokemon. Your Executor is tiny, it's true. It is super tiny. It's way smaller than it should be. So one person in this chat, the Discord chat, wrote, from a visually impaired point of view, the whole page looks amazing, so glad they went with dark mode first. Much nicer on the eyes as it's really clear panels and text are everything except for the volume slider. I feel that could be a bit bigger. So that's cool. That it's really visible because of the high contrast. Music is nice. Everyone's talking about the dark mode. Cody says, we're only setting 6 megabits. If you're seeing 40 megabits, there might be something else going on. Cody, who I think, yeah, is one of the staff. Forget if Cody's the CEO or the CTO or CFO, some C-level letter salad. You saw an executor plant pot the other day? Oh, please do put a photo in Discord. Yeah, dark mode is so great. People are greeting each other with the phrase, "What's good, beloved?" Honestly, if this intro never died, I'd be happy. I'm filling you in on the Discord chat if you can't see it. I don't know if the Altair Discord is publicly available or if it's only for the visionaries. I think it might only be visionaries. So fun. Everyone's so hyped about it. Alright, I'm gonna take this opportunity to eat a few more bites of my breakfast because I haven't been eating it. It is now cold. Hi, boo-boo. Oh, friends, I forgot a thing to tell you that's exciting. We might do a more formal announcement on Discord tomorrow maybe, but we're starting up a Minecraft server for the Gender Master community. Init Hello and Paradox Satire have been hard at work. It's brunch now, I guess, Juice. But Paradox and Init Hello have been hard at work behind the scenes, making a Minecraft server for our community. And I think that over the weekend, any staff and patrons are welcome to help us with building the spawn point. And then at some point next week, we'll have a Minecraft stream where we will open it to the general community. I think the server is going to be 18 plus, just like the Discord server is 18 plus. It doesn't mean it's going to be crude. It just, it's our guidelines. So anyway, that's exciting, and we'll have that as our sort of fun holiday project. We're going to wind down on talk shows for just a couple weeks through the holidays. Just because it's a lot to wrangle and also try to do holiday celebrating. So that is a thing that's coming up. TJ says, I have more seasonal snacks from the supermarket. Bratwurst sausage crisp chips, vegan friendly. What? Sausage chips that are vegan friendly? That sounds so ridiculous. I kind of love it though. Everyone's excited. Oh my gosh. Whoever did the graphics for these folks did a great job. They're so cute. Anyways, I hope that y'all will be excited for Minecraft. Am I still going to be streaming? Yes, I do think I'm going to be streaming at least some. I should probably check in with the mods and see who will be around. Because I know not everyone is going home to family or any of that stuff. I'm just going to still be here at the house. We'll just have the kids here as well. But I think wrangling talk show guests has frankly been extraordinarily difficult the last couple weeks. I have like 20 people that I've asked, and no one has been able to confirm. So anyway, you can be about. Awesome. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. Maybe we'll do fun, like, well, we're always doing fun stuff, but I'm imagining maybe Mondays will just end up being Minecraft Mondays for a little while. You know, we can have our community time. Maybe we can even have a voice chat with whoever's on there. We can update the name in Discord so it's got like a red dot so people know we're live. We can also hang out and play Stardew. Totally. Yeah, that would be fun also. So we've got, there's plenty of fun things we can do together. Yeah. Both my therapist and my nutritionist were like, Meowster, you're really stressed out. You should let go of trying to figure out this talk show thing. There is one tentative guest I have for December 27th, but I don't know if it's going to happen, so I haven't been promoting it yet. I mean, if they do end up coming on the show, they're going to be an incredible guest, but it's just, you know, I don't want to get people excited if things aren't confirmed yet, so. You're working up to the 23rd, and then you have 24th of December through the 4th of January. That's awesome. We have our kids from the 26th of December through like the 2nd of January. So the kids will be here. I know at one point when the kids were here over that American Thanksgiving, we had fun playing Stardew on stream together with our Switches. Let's see. Already on the ball. Alteration is live now. We're getting cozy. Gathering to hear Brian. Welcome in the first of many alterations to come. Okay, Brian with a Y. Let's go look at the staff about thing and see who Brian with a Y is. Woo. Who is that? It's the founder. Look at this person. Founder and CEO, 20-year web design veteran. Designer, developer, cat dad, guardian, Final Fantasy 14 DRK, whatever that means. Passionately loud, he, him. I like that they have pronouns here. That's good. Yay. Gonna hear from Brian.
Taking it in for a sec.
Oh my gosh, look at this person. Look at how excited and wholesome they are.
Taking it in for a sec.
Oh, buddy. That's so good.
Greetings, and welcome to the very first Altairation. My name is Brian Veloso, and I am the founder and CEO of Altair. On behalf of a team of 10 epic individuals that have been working their hardest to bring you a service that you can be proud of, thank you for joining us. Also, a heartfelt welcome to those who are watching us live. It is honestly quite surreal to be streaming to you from this labor of love, and here we are, admittedly smitten by the fact that we are streaming this on Altair right now. If this is your first time seeing anything about Altair, let me begin with a quick introduction. Altair was founded on the notion that streaming didn't have to be the Wild West, mentally taxing, burnout-prone mess that so many amazing creators, large and small, have experienced. In today's landscape, the concept of unlimited engagement has taken a real toll on the health and safety of both end users and the creators that work to entertain, inform, and educate. Creators in particular have been at the mercy of the platforms they use, constantly being pushed to their limits, straining their health both physically and mentally through the use of guilt-based tactics and potentially anxiety-inducing metrics. If you're a creator who has struggled to take a day off or have suffered burnout in the process, we see you. Know that as a former full-time creator myself, Altair aims to provide an alternative script for your career. Now, with that out of the way, what even is an Altairation? I mean, other than a great play on words. Thanks, Dave. If you're not already aware, we plan to operate in seasons at a company level. This is in stark contrast to many modern tech companies who develop their products in 2-week development cycles or sprints. While this agile method isn't inherently flawed, it ultimately works against the best interests of users. For over 15 years, we've seen new products released without any forewarning, which has caused confusion and even whiplash amongst its users. This is because the entire mindset focuses on shipping products no matter the cost, rather than mindfully analyzing the complete cost of a potential product idea and then executing. Get one thing done, get what's minimally viable out the door, and then move on to the next thing. We've been inspired by select companies in the gaming industry, like Creative Business Unit 3 at Square Enix, better known as the developers of Final Fantasy XIV, which
Nice.
we're huge fans of, if you couldn't tell. I mean, who wouldn't be a fan of the critically acclaimed and best
There's a
ongoing
Pikachu
Game
back
Awards
there.
winning MMORPG?
And a Pichu.
Don't buy it, though. Apparently, the servers are burning. It's okay. Success. Yoshi P. We got you. So with that in mind, one could see this program as a live letter of sorts. It's one way that we'll use the platform we're building to communicate with you on an ongoing and predictable basis. Transparency is one of our pillars or tenets of our organization. So before each new season, we'll produce an alteration, giving you insight on the features we'll be releasing, as well as how we're doing as a company, just like you'd see from your favorite ongoing video game. Since starting Altair back in July of last year, it has been one of my aims to run the company in a manner that's different than most companies you interact with daily. We're design-led and minority-owned. We're not funded by venture capitalists, and we're not out to make users a means to an end. We're a registered public benefit corporation, which means that the social benefits we want to provide are baked into our legal bylaws. On that same note, we've recently received our pending B Corp certification. If you're on the Altair page, the logo's right down there. Meaning that we will be taking the next year to elevate Altair the company to the standard set by B Lab. This nonprofit organization has certified companies like Ben & Jerry's, Patagonia, and Bombas. Apparently, I have it in my notes that their socks are really good. So let's go back to the venture capital piece real quick. While it's increasingly exhausting to see companies take in millions of dollars with the inevitable conclusion of being a payday for investors at the expense of users, they can operate quite swiftly. They can hire fast and pay top dollar for the best engineers, designers, and office staff. However, we've stuck with the principles that we set out with a year and a half ago, being very selective of the investors we pitch to, giving those who believe in our mission a chance to contribute through services like WeFunder, and my personal stubbornness and general distaste of asking for money. I mean, you can ask any member of my community when the last time I unironically asked them to sub to my Twitch channel was. So while we might lack in financing, we have paid for in time. Time to be mindful of our focus and time to more accurately define what our time is best spent on. And with that comes answering the question of what we've been up to since we last talked. First, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for your patience. We know it's not exactly uncommon these days to see companies commit to a date for a product release, only to later delay it. It was, of course, not an easy decision by any stretch of the imagination, but in truth, we were simply not ready to release a product we would be proud of. To start, we're announcing today that we're committing to a late Q1 2022 launch for our inaugural season, dubbed what I've called Season of the Launch.
Ooh.
To set expectations,
This is the
we'll
picture
be
that's
airing
been
2 more
lurking the
alterations
whole
before
time.
then, with tentative dates of early February and March. Alterations 2 and 3 will focus more on more specific parts of the product as those pieces get finalized,
This is so
developed,
exciting.
and tested.
Oh my gosh.
Subtitled VODs, as well as summaries of each alteration, will be posted on our blog shortly after they air, in case you or anybody you know happen to miss the live showing. That said, we look forward to welcoming you, your friends, and your communities to Altair before my spring allergies start taking their toll. In the months since our
What a
last
great sense
forays
of
on
humor.
social media, we've been busy with a redefinition of sorts. A lot has changed in a year and a half, and that's especially true of the environment around content creation. When I first talked to Cody, our CEO, about joining me on this wild ride, we had numerous discussions about what technologies we wouldn't use because we saw how their implementations panned out at other streaming services. Every month this year has challenged us with one thought experiment after another, from our video backend to our code of conduct. Speaking of policies, let's start there and work our way up. We're currently wrapping up our initial terms of service and privacy policy and related policies and revising our code of conduct to be more tailored to our specific needs. After our initial conversations with AnyKey, our code of conduct changes were inspired by their approach. When published, the documents mentioned will provide the legal framework necessary to operate. And it's exactly that, a framework. To demonstrate, let's start with an example, payouts. While working with our legal team on the first drafts of what would become our terms of service, some interesting discussions were had on payouts. Specifically, the standard language used for minimum payment amounts was as follows. For each pay period, a minimum of $100 must accrue to a creator's account before Altair will remit payment to the creator. Altair will have no obligation to pay the creator unless the balance of the creator's account with Altair Interactive exceeds $100. Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
From the outset, we came into this wanting to avoid the I didn't get paid this month because I only made $99.99 scenario. So unhappy with this, I pushed back. I was basically told the clause was there as protection for the company from fees that could be charged by payment processors for paying out amounts lower than $100. The way I interpreted this was that this clause served as a backstop for the company in case our payment processor sometime in the future implemented something similar to this that would make paying our creators prohibitively expensive if they earned less than $100. The alternative to this from a policy standpoint is to nix that clause altogether, which could leave the company vulnerable to suddenly being able to simply operate. So again, that's the policy. We define procedure as how we apply our principles at Altair to policy. Lots of P words here, but the most important of which is we want you to get paid eventually. So our initial approach was to start a payout when the creator hit the $100 mark in a given month, or payout when a creator has made what a creator has made over 3 months, whether that's $5 or $99. Going forward, we want to stick to that being our procedure on payouts, despite what the legal policy says. So yes, folks will read our policy documentation and interpret it as the law of Altair. And we plan to, in more places than just our policy documents, outline what our procedures are to the best of our ability. And any changes to our procedures will be communicated with you with the same importance and urgency as a legal policy change. Before I move on, shout out to the team at Odin Law and Media for accommodating my rather idealistic nature. Apparently, it doesn't vibe well with legal things. Moving up the stack a little, let's talk about the technology backing Altair as we head into season 1. So Cody's expertise lies in IT and operations, while Dave, Raul, and I have more expertise in design and user-facing front-end technologies. It was not long after we started planning the initial launch timing that we realized we needed a little bit of help building out a solid foundation for the back end of our service. While all of us have played around with that area of the stack, we didn't want to incur the inevitable technical debt that would be created by building off a foundation that would be shaky at best. Instead, we wanted to come in with a solid streaming service on day 1 of season 1, because honestly, that's what creators and their communities expect. So I reached out to some old friends at RevSys, a small firm based in Lawrence, Kansas. 3 outstanding gentlemen from RevSys, Frank, Greg, and Mark, shout out to them if you're out there, have been helping us bring our visions into reality. But, unfortunately, some of the assumptions we entered the partnership with didn't actually pan out as expected. For For one, we had to change the services that we would use to log you in or determine what permissions you've been granted from something pre-built to something that we had to architect ourselves in-house because of the basic features we wanted to launch with. And let me be clear, basic to Altair did not equate what's considered basic in the industry. One great example of this is what we've described as our Tenet of Consent. Most of the features on Altair will be opt-in from both the provider and the consumer's end. For example, metrics are opt-in, which is one of the pieces we harp on about the most. But seeing those metrics are also opt-in. So if our wonderful product lead, Jackie, the provider in this case, chose to share her metrics such as her follower number or how many users were watching her, and I, as the consumer, didn't want to see any metrics on the service whatsoever, I could do that.
Nice.
So every
That's cool.
permission is more challenging to implement because we have to derive what dictates consent from this. We could have just kicked this can down the road and worked on it later, but this is a core piece of functionality that we wanted in some form
core.
out of the gate.
Yeah,
So we're thankful
core.
we've had the help from the folks at RevSys to architect it. Another example is that if you're watching us live, you currently can chat. Our visionaries, and hello to you guys, thank you for being here, along with the others who have been following our
We're
progression
folks, not
closely,
guys, but okay.
know that we've looked at the open source solution Matrix to be the savior of chat early on. It's an open standard, it has a good set of global moderation features, and it was meant to save us the work from having to architect something ourselves. As it turns out, I got hooked onto Matrix because of an incorrect assumption about Big Purple's use of IRC. Matrix is also attempting to be an equivalent to Slack and Discord with voice, rich media, and all the fixins. We'd only be using 10% of that. My grand assumption going in was that we had to go with Matrix because nothing else had the features we wanted, like global moderation, outlined explicitly, and using a technology we were familiar with. And this is why I'm so thankful that somebody like Cody exists to educate me to properly understand the separation between a technology and a platform. IRC, for instance, the specification, would be an example of a technology, while a company's usage and execution of technology would be the platform, at least for the purposes of this analogy. Please humor me. And to top it all off, our developer-focused visionaries were having one hell of a time, not only trying to set up Matrix, but to build anything on top of it, which is just not what I want for them. So with all that said, we don't currently have a chat because we're building our own platform in-house. And honestly, this is the most comfortable we've felt about our chat decision since we started Altair. By creating chat in-house, we can leverage the existing technology stack that RevSys has been helping us build, and we're able to make it uniquely Altair. For one, it's going to be modern and well-documented. That's a given. Oh, and we've also already begun discussions with our developer visionaries about what they'd like to see out of a bespoke chat system. We can't talk about chat, though, without talking about chat safety. And that's what I'm excited to share about this change in direction.
Moderation.
In addition, over the past few months, I've had the wonderful opportunity to talk to numerous marginalized creators and disabled creators about their experiences over the last year. This has allowed us to more confidently plan and prioritize features we had originally intended for later seasons to be instead launch ready in the spring.
Good.
When it comes to moderation, we'll have everything you expect for managing a chat environment. Modification of banned terms, the ability to ban and unban users, timeouts, and message purging. But speaking of ban hammers, if you combine the banning with the ability to toggle your channel to only be viewed by other authenticated users, it could help lock out a banned user from accessing your channel altogether. Creators will also be able to import and export ban lists, as another example, which will allow communities to share a common safety network. From a platform level, one feature we're building is global word denial lists against well-known slurs, and we will also be implementing an automated chat protection system. Now, like most systems created to prevent bad actors, such as anti-cheat software, for instance, we won't divulge exactly how it works to hamper bad actors from circumventing it. The system is designed to mitigate coordinated attacks like hate raids. Even though our barriers to entry are higher than most other social media services, we're not taking any chances on the safety of our user base. The harder we can make it for a person with malintent to get in, the better. If they do get in and start crapping in the proverbial sandbox, a support request will be created for that user, and our support team will attempt to remediate the situation. If remediation doesn't work, that user will lose their ability to use our platform. Note that this isn't designed to replace support, but it intends to significantly augment our smaller support team. Our ability to grow our support team and other departments in general is directly tied to our growth as a business. Therefore, as Altair grows and improves, so will this system. Now, I've been talking a lot. And yes, it's in part because I am extraordinarily long-winded and I could probably go on for days. Our plan is to do more deep dives into the site in Alterations 2 and 3. Much like you'd see the Final Fantasy XIV team distribute expansion news over multiple letters from the producers live. On that note, I'll probably finish Samus Q hopefully live on Altair. The moon can wait. It can wait. Anyway, we do have a few pieces of functionality that we would like to demo for you of what will be available in the spring. So I'll hand things over to Cody for a walkthrough of our registration process and two-factor authentication requirement.
Hey folks, this is Cody Wilson, Chief Technology Officer for Altair. Let's dive into registering a user on Altair and enrolling in 2FA. This is Altair's registration screen. The first thing we'll ask is how you want to log in to your Altair account here, but for now, we're starting with these two. Next, you'll choose your Altair username. If you used a third-party service to authenticate your Altair account, like Discord or Google, we don't assume that you want your Altair username to be the same as what you use on that service, so no need to worry. Pretty easy. Also, just as a heads up to all of our visionaries who've already reserved your usernames, this workflow is going to be slightly different for you. Rest assured that you don't need to race to reserve your usernames. We got you covered.
You have multiple pronouns.
Next,
Do you see
it's
that?
time to enroll in two-factor authentication. Currently, Altair requires you to use a true one-time password, or TOTP, supported authentication tool to provide a second factor in addition to your password when logging in.
Wow, 2FA for
We're
everyone?
also working on adding additional
Amazing.
factor options that are more accessibility friendly, but those aren't quite ready to show yet. In order to enroll, you'll need to use a TOTP app. You might already have one of these. If you use apps like Google Authenticator, Authy, or 1Password, then you're already set. If not, you're going to want to get one. In following best security practices for using two-factor authentication, we do recommend you use a separate device from your computer to serve as your second factor. This could be a smartphone or maybe a tablet. If you don't happen to have one of those, you can also use desktop apps provided by Google Authenticator or Authy. They work just the same as their smartphone app counterparts. We're going to use 1Password in this example. All right, we've got a handy-dandy QR code you can use on a smartphone or tablet to enroll your device. However, if you're using a desktop application, the app, we confirm the system is working by entering the code that your TOTP app provides into the page. That's all there is to it. In case you lose your second factor, we also generate backup codes.
That's cool.
These should ideally only be used in an emergency, as each one of these backup codes is one-time use only.
Yep.
We highly recommend that you save these somewhere safe. You could, say, put them in a password safe, like LastPass or
Your
1Password.
downloads folder.
Write them down in your super secret journal. Print them out and shove them under your mattress. Doesn't really matter where, so long as they're safe from folks that might want to get access to your account, but available to you if you need them. If you don't have access to these codes and lose access to your second factor, it will make account recovery pretty difficult. Once you've completed your 2FA enrollment, we'll verify your email address. Once you get an email from us, use the link within that email to complete verification. And with that, it's time for onboarding. Now we're ready to start adding a little information about ourselves and what we'd like to do on Altair. As a user on Altair, identity is one of our core tenets. So in onboarding you, The first thing we ask you for is your pronouns.
Nice. This is so great.
We have a fairly extensive list of options here, but we also know that some folks have hybrid pronouns that aren't completely covered by what we have today. Those are coming in the future, though, so please look forward to it in a future update. Consent being another of our core tenets, we also ask you for your consent as to who can see your pronouns, as well as whether you'd prefer to see others' pronouns on Altair, be it in chat or on a user profile. If you'd rather, however, you could choose not to share any pronouns with us, and that's okay too. You can skip right on to the next section if you'd rather. Next, if you'd like, you could choose a flag to represent your identity. Currently, our flag choices represent folks within the LGBTQIA+ spectrum, but we have more in the works.
Alphabetized.
If you don't see something here that speaks to you, however, and you have a suggestion of something to add, let us know by clicking the link below. All right, once we've done that, now is the time to choose personas. On Altair, we recognize that not everyone on the platform is here to create content, or maybe they want to create different kinds of content. So, we don't assume that out the gate. This allows us to provide you with a more mindful experience from the beginning of your time with us, another one of our tenets. Personas aren't a single choice either. You could choose to have one, many, or every persona on your account. Right now, we only have support for the streamer persona, but we want to add personas for artists, musicians, and more in the coming seasons. Some of our personas, including streamer, require additional onboarding that will happen after this general user onboarding.
Mm-hmm.
This is to allow us to collect the information required to facilitate payments, among other things. We look forward to showing you how that works in a future alteration. Lastly, you've got some profile information to fill out. This is information that you're comfortable sharing with every
Oopsie, I broke it.
profile picture, a small bio or biography about yourself. And if you're enrolling with the streamer persona, we'll also ask you about what kind of content you expect to stream. You can change this at any time after enrollment, so fear not. You don't have to decide right away or worry about
Also,
if you can change it.
I
if
also
your
rage, I
community
also
shifts
hug
in a
if you
different
want those, of
direction.
course.
Or maybe you change. Who knows?
White mage
Well,
and I
hey,
won't adjust.
That's what it looks like to register an account on Altair.
Oh my god.
We're excited to see all the new accounts join us and make Altair their new home for content creation. Once again, I'm Cody, CTO of Altair, and we can't wait to show you what's coming next down the pipe. But hey, enough about me. I'll let you get back to Brian.
Thanks,
That
buddy.
was funny.
Two-factor authentication, by default, is one of those features I feel differentiates us, as it puts safety at the forefront of the service. Is it a perfect defense? Absolutely not. And as Cody said, we're working on ways to make the process as painless as possible for disabled creators, without sacrificing the method's integrity. For those of you able to join us in Season 0, after you onboard and fill out your profile information, you'll find a newer version of our profiles waiting for you. Over to Heather for more of that.
This is so exciting, y'all. I'm so excited. Everyone in the Discord thinks that Cody is swoony. It's so funny. Yes, we don't have audio, Heather. Classic, you're on mute moment, totally. Yeah. "56 messages in the last minute about how we can't hear what Heather is saying." Heather, you're on mute. Heather, we can't see what you're talking about. Now we can't
Figured
hear you
something would
either.
have to happen. A little bit.
There we go.
We'll cut this in post.
We'll cut this in post. Classic.
Let me get Heather actually talking.
Classic.
And then we'll continue.
This is how we know it's real. Yeah.
Hey, folks, this is Cody Wilson.
Cody.
There's Cody. Nope. Nothing.
Let's dive in.
I think Heather is the
In our previous profile design, there wasn't a
mental
whole lot
health
one could do with
person.
it. Your bio and your pronouns would appear, and well, that was about it. Meanwhile, we've been working to give this a much needed uplift, so let's take a look. Originally, the header area was pretty static across the customize your header and make it more you. If you're a streamer and you're offline, or if you're a user that doesn't have a streamer persona, the type of information you'll want to showcase is different than when a streamer persona is online on their profile. We recognize that, so we made a few changes here as well. We won't show the player for watching live video here if you're an offline streamer or if you're not a streamer. We figure that's an awful lot of space being used up by something not in use, so we just move that out of the way here. If you'd like, you can upload an image here or even have a highlighted video instead if that's your jam. Lastly here, we completed our first pass on our profile modules. These will allow you to add info or links to socials, other sites your community might be interested in. We think they'll look pretty neat, but in case you want to make them more you, we've got some pretty sweet customization options. That's the new profiles. We hope you like the changes since you've last seen them. Now let's get back to Brian.
In case you thought we pre-recorded my bits, that's a big fat no.
It's a big
thank
fat
you,
no.
I'm not going to assume everybody's a streamer, and the persona system is one of the features that makes Altair special, as it serves as a separation between your identity, your profile picture, your pronouns, and your pride, and what you do to program bots. The profile for any single or combination of personas should be a piece of your identity that you can be proud to share. Before we wrap up this first alteration, let's rewind a little bit. One of the earliest initiatives I wrote for the team was something that I dubbed Project Crusade. For those of you unaware, as many other content creators have done over the years, I gave my community a name, the Crusaders. So Project Crusade was created to answer the question, what do we need to build in order for me to move my community from one platform to Altair? Those answers would serve as our guide to what Season 0 and Season 1 would need to be before launch. And given the events of the past year, the scope of that project has grown to encompass not only the features you would expect, like emotes and acceptable video quality, but also the safety you and your community deserve. When it comes down to it, technology is just that, technology. When Altair launches, all you'll need to do is change the service. So while we're incredibly excited about a lot of the technological advances that lie farther down our roadmap, I've always seen us as a company that can contribute to the greater good of the industry based on our tenets and principles. How fast your video travels from one computer to another, or what resolution and bitrate you can create with, doesn't matter if you neither trust nor feel safe on the platform you're using. Our measure of success is seeing all of the communities that choose us as a part or full-time home thrive, to see creators thrive, to move the needle on an industry that for too long hasn't prioritized the wellness of their most dedicated. And we are working to make sure Altair can have a small part in that greater journey. And that wraps it up for the first of hopefully many alterations to come. I want to take this time to thank my team for sticking with me for the past year and a half. Also to my Crusaders, RevSys, our visionaries, our investors Alex Yang, Zach Holman, and all of our investors on WeFunder, thank you for believing in us.
He's totally passionate.
From all of us on Team Altair, have a wonderful holiday season and a very happy new year.
Yay.
We'll see you in 2022.
Wait, get your flags out, everybody. Get your flags out. Where's my flag? Where's my flag? We have to celebrate. Where is it? Here it is. Yay! So exciting, right? Yay! He's totally passionate. You can totally tell. So exciting. Q1, y'all. Late Q1. February, March. Yay! No, for Kitty. She doesn't care. She's like, I'll get pits no matter what. Ooh. What do you think, everyone? That was exciting, wasn't it? Put some music on again. That was pretty cool. I liked it. Very exciting. Yeah, it's totally exciting. Very exciting indeed. Big excite. Okay. So here's a question. If we did make a stream team, what would we call it? What would be the core values of it? I've like chewed on this in my brain for a while. Like, there's already a trans stream team, and there's like a general rainbow stream team. I'm interested in a stream team that's like the intersection of trans and neurodivergent. I'm also interested in the possibility of a stream team that focuses more specifically on gender diverse beyond just like binary trans. So like non-binary, gender fluid, bi-gender, etc. Like, maybe it's just the gender diverse stream team. You're looking forward to seeing more about moderation, but that's your special interest. That is fair. Team cute and comfy. Team genderful. I mean, yes. Genderful is always the word I want to use on everything. The genderful folk. Team aggressively wholesome. I mean, we could have Team Genderful and the Genderful Talk Show, Genderful Podcast. Team Gender Galaxy. Ooh, that's fun too. Looks like Team Gender's blasting off again! I like Genderful. For obvious reasons. Gender Gang. Gender. The Gender Pals. My caption did not figure out what I just said. You do remember from the cartoon watching, yes. Yes, good. Well, friends, that was so fun. Gosh, I have ideas of what we could do next. Let me send a little inquiry to some folks right quick here. Let me record this idea that is great that someone sent me. Okay. Let's see. I thought Altair stuff was so exciting. Team Rocket are such trans icons. I mean, totally. Totally. Love to see it. So fun. All right. I have an idea. Let me get my act together over here. Whoops. The button I need is missing. I'm pushing the bleep loops even though you can't see it. Please hold. Totally dance party. If you do the emote commands on Twitch, it'll come through on well, actually, now that I get the bot running, it'll come through on over here. I think it should. Now that I got the thing going. Let's see. I think you have to type it in Twitch, even though we're on YouTube, because Twitch is where the emotes are, and then it should put it on the screen. So, like, if I go, let's see, where's my thing right here? If I go to Twitch, go to my chat, channel, chat, chatty chat, chatty chats. Is my screen not big enough to get the chat up? And then I type cat love. There it is. So what I'm working on right now is I'm trying to get Minecraft to open, but it's not opening, and I don't understand why. Because I updated it last night. So that's what we're waiting on, is I'm trying to get Minecraft going so that I can stream some of us building the spawn point that will open to the general public. There we go. There's the emotes we know and love. I gotta figure out why it's not working. Oh my gosh, it's so funny the AMA timer's still going. I gotta turn that off. Timers. And turn the timer off. There we go. Trans rights! Ow! Here, this is my problem. I just need to open the Minecraft launcher thing. Let's see. What do we want? Java? Is that what we want? I don't know what we want. Well, something is happening. Let's see. That screen is just launching on the wrong one. It's fine. We'll just drag it over. All right, we're almost there. Oh my goodness, somehow this window got hecked and it's all massive. Oh heck. Okay, I almost got it fixed. There we go. We did the bloop bloops. Whoop! Yeah. Alright, y'all. Except we're gonna have a guest, so maybe I actually need to use this scene somehow. Except I gotta fix my plan, because this is a weird looking plan. Game capture. There we go. I didn't know how long that last thing was gonna take, so so here we are. Gotta move Nefer. In imaginary life, not in real life. Right. Oops. I'm hacking everything up. Hi, Paradox. We're live on YouTube. Can you hear me okay? Yeah, guest. Ooh. It's Paradox. Meowdy.
Hi, I got disconnected somehow. I'm not sure. I apologize for background noise. I don't have my regular mic, so.
It's totally fine. We are live on the YouTubes. I don't know if you heard me when I said that the last time, but hello.
Indeed. I've had the stream open. I just got my headset working again, so.
Cool. Doing a multitask. Is it accurate to think that you often thrive when doing a multitask?
I often do a multitask even if it's not the most thriving thing to do.
I know my brain likes to multitask, or rather, it feels non-optional.
Yes, it's very like a necessary thing with the weird combination of neurodivergencies that I have.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. Alright, I'm gonna pause the super sweet lo-fi beats. And let's run around and do the thing. So we have Meowncraft. Says can't connect to the server, but I pushed the button anyways. I did a fail. Is it because I'm running the wrong version of Minecraft, do you think?
Yes, it is. There's a. How do I put it?
Like, can I roll it back to 1.17 or something? Because I'm running 1.18.1. I can read what you're saying, but I can't hear what you're saying.
Sorry. Because I have push to talk on and I have this thing that eats all of my input, so sometimes when I'm pressing push to talk thing, it doesn't actually work. But
That's
if I
fair.
have push to talk off, then I have horrible background noise, so I'll just have to double check on when I'm trying to speak.
Gotcha. So is there something I need to do on my side in order to be able to join?
What the yes, unfortunately the mod team at CurseForge hasn't. Sorry, I clicked back onto the thing that was eating my. The team at CurseForge, the moderators, haven't reviewed the mod pack yet, so I can actually, just for your benefit in the Discord, I can share my screen so you know what I'm talking about.
Okay. Meow meow. And if the answer is for the next hour, Meowster can't play on the new Minecraft server, that's okay. I'll just do something else.
So the Minecraft mod pack, whatever, it says it's currently under review by the moderation staff pending approval. Until I'm approved by a moderator, the project will not be visible to others and its files will not synchronize.
Gotcha. So is there...
Basically, what that means is there's a really easy way for you to get like all of the mods, but because it's not been approved yet, then it's a little bit more difficult. But I can lead you through it if you really want to play.
Well, I guess my other question is, if someone is running 1.18.1, are they still going to be able to play, or do they need to figure out how to run an older version?
No, they're gonna have to run the specific version. That's normal Minecraft rules. If you don't have the version that the server is running on, then it won't connect properly because there's a conflict of what what blocks there are available and everything like that.
Do you know if Minecraft, the platform, supports like having older versions around for folks to download, or how? Like in my case, I updated to 1.18. Am I just... do I have to buy it again or something, or like how?
No.
How do we do that?
It's very easy for you to switch back versions. So I hang on. I'm gonna check again to see if they've approved it, and if not, then I'll walk you through the steps so that you can show everyone on stream what the world currently looks like.
Neat.
Okay, so it still isn't approved, so if you watch what I have open on Discord.
Like, capture what you're sharing on Discord on stream? Is that what you mean? Because I can do that. I just have to try harder.
It'll take a second, but yeah, let me clear off the screen that I'm sharing, and then I'll walk through the steps.
Okay. It's like trying to run modded Stardew when you're playing with someone in vanilla Stardew. Yeah, totally, Ray. As a reminder for folks who are just hanging out and watching, if you haven't taken time to fill out those WPath comments, they're due in 11 hours or less. Check out the Twitter for more information. It's my pinned tweet. Thanks for doing that command, Ray. Appreciate you. Do you want me to screen share any of this right now in Paradox?
I am going to say I can't show the steps and say the steps at the same time.
What if you just turn push to talk off and we just dealt with there being a fan in the background?
Oh, with the background noise? Can try that, yeah.
Okay. Boop.
I might just cut out. I don't know how. I miss having my microphone. It's a lot easier when you have the proper equipment to do stuff.
I hear you.
Okay. So, yes. I can show the... if you want to go ahead and screen share, let me drag these tabs out. Just so that I don't have everything on all of my other tabs visible.
I've cut off the top and bottom of the screen share, so we can't see the tabs or all your programs at the bottom anyways.
Or the programs at the bottom. Okay.
Yeah.
We're
just looking at the midriff of what you're presenting.
Okay. So when this gets approved, it'll be very easy to go to get to it, because there's this lovely wow, my words. There's this lovely site and program that manages mods for you.
Mm-hmm.
So the right now, search Meowcraft, nothing's gonna show up because it hasn't been approved. But once it gets approved, it'll show up like any of these do, and you'll just be able to click install, and that'll take you to an app, which that you'll have to install again. But it's connected to Twitch,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like a it's a highly vetted, very pure. Obviously, they were having to wait for moderation to approve our mod pack, which means someone has to go and look through all of the files and make sure that nothing is insecure about it. So, because I created it, I already have it installed. So, in the future, you'll hit install on Meowcraft as soon as it's available. Download the CurseForge launcher, sign in with your Twitch or whatever else it allows you. I think it allows you to sign in with Google as well. And you'll be able to install Meowcraft, and then when you hit play, it'll load up the mods, and then it'll take you to the regular Minecraft launcher,
Mm-hmm.
where you'll sign in with your Minecraft account, and you can see down here it has Meowcraft Forge 37.1.1. So that's the version of the game that we're playing on. If that, because the it's not 1.18, it's Forge 4 1.17.1. And then you just click play like normal.
So if we open the Forge thing
and
first, it will automatically get us the correct version of Minecraft.
if you use CurseForge and install it through there, it'll automatically get you the right version of Minecraft.
Oh, that's cool.
And then it loads up Minecraft, Mojang Studios. Okay. Don't know what happened there. Farming for blockheads is failed to load. Sometimes that happens. Things will randomly cause problems, but should let me find. Okay. So it should. It's technology. It might never do what you want it to.
Ain't that the truth? I was able to get into the server yesterday night and play for a few minutes. I mostly just climbed trees and looked around. It was in survival mode, though I couldn't fly.
Yes.
But then today I tried to get in and I couldn't.
It was originally set up in 1.18.1, and Init Hello and I were
you wanted
talking
your
about
mods.
how we like our mods,
Yeah.
and also well, it's a lot more fun. So you can see Forge in the bottom left, Forge 13.7 37.1.1, and it tells you what Minecraft version it's based off of.
Oh, that's cool. 70 mods
So-
loaded. Wow.
So I have this, and I have the server, and oh right, the server's not up right now. That might help.
Ray says, to be fair, playing vanilla Stardew is so weird to me now that I've played it with mods. I mean, yes, because then you're missing all those cool NPCs that you unlocked with Stardew Valley Expanded. Nefer's taking a bath and had a sneeze. So
Oh, we love Nefer.
Nefer kitten is the cutest kitten. Yalala. Bibbies.
Server is...
Plus your heckin' speed. Oh yeah, I love the speed mods in Stardew. I learned how to mod games by playing Stardew and wanting to mod Stardew.
Yeah.
I still don't feel very confident in
Alright.
my abilities, but that's okay.
You don't have to be confident. The main thing is that if it works, it works. Okay, while the server is starting up, I'll run through what to do before Minecraft gets approved, because it's still not approved. So here, Forge, download. This is Minecraft Forge for 1.17.1.
Okay, so
version.
This is the very first step.
This is the first step. Until it gets approved on CurseForge, you have to do the regular Forge. You have to do it manually. So I'm gonna send this to you. And right now, I'm not gonna let anyone see the server because we don't have whitelist set up, which is the allow list.
Mm-hmm.
So let me come down here and
I just switched it so we're just looking at our faces on stream.
okay, thank you.
Faces. I have
So
a
we have
very
that,
large
and
mustache.
then a very large. I love that. Beautiful.
Mustachio.
Best mustache.
And is this link something that can be shared with the
That's something that can be shared with everyone. It shouldn't need to be shared because by the time that it's open more publicly, it should be approved on CurseForge. This is just so that you can get on.
Cool. Should we do the latest or the recommended?
They're the same. They're both the 37.1.1 version. So just click on latest, the installer, and
Fucker-do.
it should what's it called? It should get you the Java file that allows you to install Forge, and then I'll show you how to get Forge in your Minecraft launcher in just a second. Right now I need to get the
So it's like
it in here.
it's like a .jar, and my computer doesn't know how to read it. Installer.jar.
Yes, you should. If you have Minecraft, you should be able to run it.
Nefer is majestic. Big agree.
Nefer is amazing. Okay. I am struggling. Okay.
I can just wait till the thing's proved. Do you want to like show us around, and I'll just capture the?
Yeah, we can just do that if it for ease of not having to explain the difficult steps. Let's see if the server is. So yeah, welcome to the Clouder. Right now, there isn't a allow list because nobody else knows what the server
Super
IP
secret
is.
Digits.
Super secret.
Secret digits. Just those of us with access to that one channel that it's posted in.
That one channel that it's posted in.
And
so right here is the server spawn. I am in creative mode right now.
Nice.
And
can you share sound in the stream maybe, or is that too many spoons?
I don't think I can.
Okay, that's fine.
It doesn't. Yeah, no, my share my screen won't allow me to share
creative mode has so many blocks, it's amazing.
It won't allow me to share sound for some reason. So we have in the this is the creative menu, so I can just show you what mods do. Is normally you have the one page of all your creative tabs. We have 4 pages worth of
wow
information.
So are some of these things like custom blocks that the mod packs have added?
Yes. So like Let me scroll down a bit.
Is there a
Find
rainbow
one.
block?
So like, there's an endstone lamp. There's probably. Let me see.
Asking the real questions here.
I gotta ask the real question.
How gay are the mods?
How gay are the mods?
Can we make it gayer?
Can we make it? We can always make it gayer.
It's true.
I will do a little search. We do have
Gay.
some rainbow
What
items.
is rainbow coal? What is happening?
That is from iron furnaces.
I want the rainbow tree thing so hard. Look at that. Oh my gosh.
Oh yes. Let me show you this. These things are beautiful. I was planning on actually putting one in the center of the called the spawn area, because it'll grow.
What? Look at it go. Does the color change? Like if you plant
And
another
then,
one
yes,
into oh my gosh.
The colors will actually change, and I believe they shift
Over time?
through the.
Oh my gosh.
I believe that they shift over time, though I could be incorrect. Also, I seem to have just suffocated a skeleton on accident.
Sorry, Skelly. Dude.
So one of the things that we have as well is that we have fast leaf decay, which just makes it so that when you chop down a tree, instead of leaves hanging there forever, just one of those quality of life things.
Mods, yeah, totally.
Where they just all pop away really quickly.
That's cool.
And then I have in here the starting inventory that everyone will get when they join the server, and that's a blueprint package from Silence Gear that allows you to make custom weapons.
Cool.
And just a stack of dirt, some stone tools, a wooden sword, a stack of golden carrots, and the animal dictionary is another fun thing, because look at all of the animals.
Just the flying one?
It is literally a fly.
The next flying one that's to the right from where you just were.
This one, Sunbird.
So cool.
And there's pages of these.
Oh my gosh, is that a tornado? What is it's a tornado with
tornado.
eyes.
Yes. It is a tornado with eyes. So there's like eagles and eaters. There's a leviathan.
Holy smokes.
You can actually
You can put a saddle on it. Oh my gosh.
Yes. You can
you build a base on the back of the leviathan?
Creatures. I don't think they're large enough for that.
Can you put a bed on the back of a leviathan? So then you have a moving spawn point?
It might let you. I think it might conflict with the with how Minecraft wants you to play the game, but it's probably possible.
Oh my gosh.
So also here's all of the extra spawn eggs, all of these. Sometimes chests will just be mimics, like in Minecraft, or not in Minecraft, in like Dungeons and Dragons.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes chests will attack you. Another thing, if I can find, I don't know if I'll be able to see one quickly enough, but we also have biomes of plenty. So like this isn't a vanilla
biome.
So
I love that the map. There's a map first of all, and it says north, south, east, and west. That's super helpful.
Yes, there is journey map which does that every time you try and open it. But like,
oh my gosh, it's so cool.
It's a client side map. Here's a giant mushroom island chain. This is where spawn will be, and then I haven't explored anymore, so it's all grayed out until you explore it, and then you can see where so if I scroll all the way over here, I was
Oh, wow.
flying around earlier. There's a ton. There's a lot. There's a
Yeah.
lot that you can do, and the map is super useful. Another thing that will make transportation super quick is waystones. So if I head back west over to where spawn will be, I can actually put down
A fast travel point.
a fast travel point.
Nice.
So waystone
Spawn.
on. Make sure it's global so everyone can see it. And then if you right click on it, you can, if you have another one, you can go to it. But there's also items called warp stones. If I fly away a little bit, charge this up,
How do you
and click
charge
on
it?
spawn, and it just hold right click. So if you just hold down the right click button, it'll charge it back like a bow.
Oh, cool.
Then out of all of the waystones that you have, you can select them based on their names.
Nice.
And if you set is global, everyone can go to it. So that's how the plan is. That's what the plan is for thing. Also, I think on stream you have
Oh, the grass is getting picked up by the chroma key. That's funny.
Yep. I was like, something's a little off here, and it's because the flag is getting picked up by the or the flag is coming through because of the chroma key. We also have so many different sets of items. So like this mod allows you to
Okay, I think I turned it off. Sorry about that, everybody. We have non-binary grass. That's right.
We have non-binary grass. So like
That's so funny.
There's new sets that have special things, like this one does no fall damage. And there's there's no items for it. The loot chests are naturally spawning chests like in villages.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of spawning one set of items, they spawn one set of items per player.
Neat.
So every person that opens them gets a what's it called? Can get new items out of it. So like one of the things that we're gonna have at spawn is you can grab if you middle mouse click, you grab what you're looking at. So because I was looking at grass or grass block, I get that item in hotbar in creative mode. So what we have is we're gonna have a short row of chests that everyone can come in and open when they join the server. So as well as getting the starter kit, they get some random items that'll help them out. And then everyone can open those chests and they automatically build themselves.
Neat.
So, sorry, I just saw what Muir.
Oh yeah, that's not important right now. We're just waiting on the curse.
Yeah, that looks like the something to do with later. So main thing is I will I will probably be on this server a lot. Oh, 1 second. I have to pick something up. I'll be right back.
Okay. Meow meow. Anyways, y'all, so we have fun Minecraft things planned. Should be a good time. And yeah. I'm excited to share it with you all. It's sort of our holiday offering, if you will. We wanted to have something fun for the community to do, especially like if we're not doing quite as many talk shows, and we've been talking about having a Minecraft server for a while. And In It Hello the other day was like, hey, did you know that I'm really good at making Minecraft servers be a thing? And then Paradox was like, hey, also I love the Minecrafts and want to do all of the things. And so I was like, great, this is y'all two's project. Make it happen for the community. Make amazing things. We will enjoy it. Thanks for all the hard work. Let me... Yeah, super fun. Super fun stuffs. I am really excited. Boop. And Paradox, if you're talking to me, let me know in Discord so that I will unmute you, because I wanted your private conversation to stay private for you, so I muted you. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. Ray, do you have Minecraft? I think it's not that expensive to get. Maybe it's 10 or 20 bucks US, which is even less. Maybe this will actually get you to play Minecraft. The first time I ever played was with the Knights of the Bantam. My kids were like, wait, Meowster, are you playing Minecraft? And I'm like, yes. My kids know so much about it, and I'm such a noob. So there are a lot of mods, but my hope is that we will have an onboarding process that's simple enough that we can play it all together. I just realized I spelled something wrong. I gotta fix that. Yeah, but so that's a fun thing that I have planned for us. I'm excited for us to get to play it together. It'll be a great time. Yes, good. Let's see. Let's see if Paradox is back. Yeah, so there's going to be a way to download the mods. It's like one download, and that manages all the things and the versions and all of that. So I think the ahead of time stuff that people could do is, if you haven't bought Minecraft yet, you could consider getting that. And now I'm going to go unmute Paradox. Boop. Welcome back.
Hello.
Hello.
Clear my caption. I forgot what I was speaking about.
I was just telling
sorry,
everyone that once the thing is approved with CurseForge, hopefully all they have to do is, if they own Minecraft, then all they have to do is download that CurseForge thing.
Yes.
Run it through there, and that will solve the problem, I think. Is that right?
Yes. Awesome. It's incredibly easy to use mods through CurseForge. Everyone that's allowed on the server will easily be able to get on the server.
It'll be so exciting. And we'll have
very excited.
We're gonna have Mirami is gonna set up a ticketing system because we have Ticket Tool on the server. So we'll set up a ticketing system so that folks can request to be added to the allow list.
Yes.
in Minecraft. So we're also being really intentional about who we're letting into the server, and it's not just a public server with a bunch of trolls. Because I don't want that. I want to make our gender wonderful paradise without trolls.
Without trolls. That's always important. The without trolls part.
No trollolols.
No trollolols. So yeah, some other cool things. There's like a lot of storage options, so you can store things in these iron chests, which I believe I can show you the recipe. Yes. So if you craft a normal chest surrounded by iron, you get an iron chest, and it takes up the space of one chest, but it's got like twice the storage. It's got as much
the
as
interior
the
space of the two wide
of a
wide.
double chest, and then you can do the same thing with gold, and there's alternate recipes for different things. Gold, and then up to diamond, crystal, and obsidian.
Are those bigger? They just look different.
They're much bigger. So that's an obsidian chest.
Whoa!
It's got like 4 chests
It's
worth
totally
of space.
it's totally a TARDIS. Is there an auto sort feature in the chests?
There is up here. There's a sort inventory button at the top.
That's a mod too, isn't it?
So yes, it is. So if I dump all of this stuff in there, I can sort inventory. I can sort it into columns or into rows.
Oh my gosh.
And it will sort the entire.
That's been one of my biggest frustrations with Minecraft, is the complete and utter lack of ability to sort. Because I will be like, I want to dump a bunch of blocks in a chest, and then it's like, oh my gosh, how do I? Inventory management is just a nightmare.
Oh, it's impossible, basically. That's one of the other things, is this mod, Applied Energistics 2, allows you to make storage computers. If I can find where all the blocks are that I need. ME drive.
I like the part where you're unlocking new recipes.
Yeah. I'll be breaking a bunch of this stuff just so that I can start from scratch, but... Oh, 1 second. I'm about to have a coughing fit.
I love the swirly thing on the screen here. This, like, blue with a little light blue dudes.
Yeah, the singularity.
That's neat.
Ooh. So yeah, you can make. Wow, hang on, I gotta mute again.
Don't die, Paradox, says DJ. We're all rooting for you and your lungs. Yes, there's my Patreon link, friends. If you want it, there it is. Originally,
my allergies decided that they don't like dust.
I mean, fair.
So you know.
My original goal was to launch the Minecraft server when we hit $200 on Patreon. We are not there currently.
We are not there. That is unfortunate.
But you know, it's the holiday season and we want something fun to do, so here we are. And also, I asked Init, like, because I thought there was going to be additional costs with running this. Like, I thought we would have to buy some things to run it, which is why I wanted to have be a little bit further along in our Patreon journey. And then Init was like, no, I can make all this happen and it won't cost anything extra. And I was like, oh my gosh, really? And it's because Init's already paying for all the stuff for other stuff and just has extra nodes or spots or whatever. So I was like, okay, well, if you're cool with that, then sure, let's do the thing.
I'm trying so.
Do you have water to drink? Eyebrow waggles.
I just drank all of it,
Uh-huh.
so I'm gonna go grab some more real quick. After this shouldn't take long, so I'll show you this and then I'll go grab some water. But you can put fuel in this chamber and it'll produce energy.
Rainbow energy.
Which powers Rainbow Block, which is a storage computer. Which means you can just dump stuff in here. And then you can search for it. So, I want carrots. I want...
Yes,
this
Ray,
is
you
what
want Java.
what I was saying about...
Ray wants Java, right? People should be getting Java edition.
Yes, Java edition.
I'm gonna type it in the
Java
chat.
edition
also.
is what is wanted.
That's the one that runs
So
mods, right?
For Java edition is the one you need to own to be able to play all the mods.
Okay.
So
So
the thing
fun.
that actually the thing okay. Water. I'll be right back.
Whenever you say cool beans, I always think we need toe beans. So there you have it. Neferkitty's cute toe beans. We actually originally, instead of saying meowdy over it, we wanted to say cool beans, but then decided it was too many letters to try and fit in one emote. Thus, meowdy was born. But we do think Neferkitty's toe beans are pretty cool. Meow meow. She's such a cute little one. Also, welcome back, DJ, with your Starmie. What if we tried to pick a Pokemon that was very DJ nerd themed? Wonder what we would pick. The Manito beans are so cool. My first thought, which is terrible, is Mr. Mime. My goodness. We should pick like a...
I'm gonna have to agree with the fact that that is terrible.
It's so terrible. We should come up with a better one for DJ. There was a Snorizard. Oh yeah, you could be Snorlax. A Snorizard who just slept. Well, Snorlax is one critter, Charizard is another. Charizard is the little purple one that's walking around. It's beneath my face right now, but you could totally be a Snorlax. I could see that. Giving off big Totoro vibes. Alright. What are we looking at? Paradox. Tell us more.
So, right. This basically, you can have a lot of these drives connected. And each of them can hold 63, each of these internal storage cells can hold 63 different types of items, and depending on what level they are, they can hold different amounts of those items.
Ooh.
So, right now, I could hold a stack of 4,096 dirt, and it would only take up one of those 60 types.
That's so cool.
So you can have you just need this chamber to be constantly fed.
How fast are you burning through that rainbow coal?
Rather quickly.
What happens when you burn through all of it?
Normally what the computer will power down, and you'll have to get more fuel before you can access any of your items that are in it.
Oh my gosh.
Normally what you would want is what you would want connected is an energy cell. Store all of the energy. So if you have these all connected with these wires.
Ooh.
it'll store the extra power in
It's like plugging
this
a
energy
laptop
cell.
in.
So it's basically like right now we're powering our oh god.
Are those bunny slippers? The top middle. That's so funny. Look at that blob there. What a lad. Your Snorlax looks great, DJ. I like how Ray is just like a shiny Ghastly.
Yes, what was I saying? It's right now what we're doing is using a coal-fired generator to power a computer instead of actually storing the energy somewhere.
Okay, so
So
we have an
basically,
inefficient power source because it's
we have an
gayer.
inefficient power source because not because it's gay, in fact, but because we aren't storing the energy anywhere.
Uh-huh.
So because the computer only uses you can see in the top left.
How many coals are left?
One, but because it's rainbow coal, if you only have one, it burns for like ever.
Oh, really?
It was because they're in stack here. If I give myself fancy tooltips.
So
never mind. It doesn't show it.
we didn't need the battery things. It would
We
have been
didn't-
gay and shiny forever.
Rainbow coal will eventually give out. Do you see the durability bar?
Yeah, the last
The
one
last one
didn't burn out as
the
fast
last
as the other
one-
10.
The last one will burn until that durability bar is gone.
Uh-huh.
And then it'll burn itself away as well.
And then it won't be gay
But-
looking anymore.
Because on the top left, this only uses 8,000 like energy points or whatever.
Mhm.
It can only store that much. So because we're making way more than that, we have like 60,000 in this energy cell. Because we were making way more than that, it was all going to waste instead of being stored somewhere. So if you have these energy cells, you can run out of fuel, but power your computer off of the energy cells for until the energy cells run out of power. There is also important thing.
How do you get rainbow coal in the wild?
Rainbow coal in the wilds. I will check on that. So, there's also the rainbow furnace, which hurts to look at.
Uh-huh.
So rainbow coal. Sorry. My throat picked a bad time for me to be speaking, apparently.
We have made a Minecraft
So-
UPS, that's right, TJ.
Yes.
But it's not just any UPS. It's got the streamer LEDs in it. Hey.
It does. It truly does. So rainbow coal, it doesn't say how to get it. The rainbow furnace you make with a bunch of rainbow items, but the rainbow coal, unfortunately, will have to be I believe is a looted item. You have to get it out of chests and things like that.
Can I have a base with a secret basement that's full of rainbow coal for later? Secret basement.
There may or may not be a secret piece of rainbow coal hidden for someone. I have not decided where I'm going to put it yet,
Gay.
but it will probably be somewhere.
Gay. Make
So
it gayer.
make it gayer. No, there are no rainbow mines. So I'm going to actually update the break all of this. I'm going to update the what's it called? The default help the default tools that everyone
DJ
gets.
redeems more rainbow. How about more toe beans? Can we do more toe beans instead, since I'm holding Nefer? She has a rainbow collar. Does
Only
that
for
count?
Kitty.
He's
So
cute.
now whenever someone logs in, they'll automatically start with a warp stone, which
Ooh.
allows them to charge up and go back to
Is it used up?
spawn.
Is it used up in one use though? Or does it work
Yeah,
forever?
it works for a while. If I set myself back to game survival, I believe it has a durability. Nope. It just has a cooldown of 300 seconds.
Now you're getting murder pated.
And I'm being attacked by a pillager.
We should make spawn enemy proofed. Isn't there a way to do that?
Yes. There is a way to do that. That's just we haven't gotten that far because right now we have a single waystone that will probably end up getting moved.
Yeah.
So I'm going to clear my inventory because I don't need any of that anymore.
Here you go, DJ. This gayness on my head is just for you.
Oh, right.
Gay.
There is a book called the Food Book. There are 441 different foods that you can make.
Oh my gosh. You
And
just told
every
me
time...
there's a Pokedex. Basically. Gotta taste them all.
And every 5 hearts, or every 5 foods that you taste, you get 2 hearts.
Like permanent hearts?
Like permanent hearts.
Wow.
So, you can see there are pages and pages of food. And it tells you what you haven't tried yet. Once you've eaten something, it'll tell you... It'll give you the list of what you have tried. But, like, there's all these different...
That's incentive if I've ever seen it. DJ, are you going to play on the server with us when we get it all launched for everybody? Do you want to taste them all? It's a perfect job for a Snorlax. Taste all the foods.
Job. Taste all the foods. All of them. That's a goal that I had in a different mod pack I was playing. Was just to taste everything. There is also... Let me go to... Actually, I don't want to spoil what spawn looks like. I was going to go in spectator mode, go fly around, but I don't want to spoil what the underground looks like.
You don't have to spoil it. It's okay.
But like there's fun things pretty much everywhere. Like there's just chili peppers.
I didn't even know this game had chili peppers. Around. Is that a mod thing?
Well, it does vanilla? Now. Yes. You can see in the top right. Anything that's vanilla will say Minecraft underneath it.
Mm.
And everything that has some other name, like this is from Croptopia, that's added by a mod.
Cool.
And then
oh my gosh,
there's...
I love the map. It's so cool.
Let me open that back up again. So I believe, Meowster, you laid claim to some part of this mushroom island.
Maybe, yes. Ooh, Ray, you want a copy of
It's
Pokemon
very
Sword? That's
close.
so fun. I think I have a living
Ooh, nice.
Pokedex in Pokemon Sword. All I'm missing is the Shield Legendary. And then I was doing a Nuzlocke of the Shield Legendaries so I can get the Shield Legendary. And I haven't finished it yet. Look at us flying around.
Look at us flying around.
So
The
fun.
main thing that we're going to do is set up the allow list and start building a structure around this area so that when people spawn in, they get their we'll have like rules boards posted, make sure that everyone knows what not to do. And like one of the things that's definitely going to be on there is these crystal chests. If you put something in them, they're massive, but if you put something in them, it shows it in the it shows it in the world. It shows the little item floating around in there, which is really problematic when you have a bunch of items, because I guess not if they're all the same item.
I like when you broke it.
If you have a bunch of different items in a crystal chest, it has to render it has to produce
tiny.
the image of all of that really, really small. So basically, crystal chests are lag factories. And so they are outlawed.
That reminds me of the time that I spawned cats until I couldn't.
Ah, yes. But yes, these are bunny slippers. You mentioned that earlier. These this is the artifacts mod. It has fun things like a whoopee cushion.
I need kitty slippers from the beginning.
It actually, because creepers avoid cats, if you have kitty slippers, it means that creepers will run away from you.
Yay.
So yes, when you join, I can get you some kitty slippers. And then, let's see, what else of import?
Whoa, look at that D20 looking thing up there in the middle, right?
Oh, this thing?
Yeah. Neat.
Yes, it's very, if you look at it right at the corner, it's very fun. Just to stare at these, some of these blocks.
So
there
pleasing.
was... Right, here there, is, Silence Gems, which... Let me just... it basically puts in a... excuse me, a bunch of new gemstones.
Oh, and it varies which one it is, and you don't have to change.
Other than diamond.
That's cool. And also gay.
And so each of these you can have they spawn all over, and
you bought the legit Scythe mod and haven't played it yet. Legit Scythe mod for what? Oh, for Tabletop Simulator.
Nice.
You should stream that, DJ. That sounds funny.
Wait,
was that cat grass? Was that grass with cat faces on the top?
Grass? Yes, they look like cats. They're flowers.
Glow Rose.
So if I put a ruby glow rose.
Oh my gosh.
It looks like a little cat face, and
It's-
it glows.
It does everything I want. It's cute and it's cats and it's glowing.
And it's
wanna-
rainbow.
I want a garden of glow rose cat things. So ridiculous and great. Yes, Ray needs to go to bed, and I actually need to help Capybara go get her car. Paradox, thanks for showing us all this
yes,
cool
I
stuff.
Yeah, that's most of the generic stuff. We'll see. It'll be super easy once this thing gets approved by moderation staff.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to setting up Spawn. I'm looking forward to getting everyone on there. I was trying to say earlier, and then I think either my partner walked in or I had a coughing fit, but I will be on the server a lot, because I am planning on
Having a
building
Minecraft
up...
hyper focus over holiday break.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yay! So fun.
And I will probably I'll probably be on, or if I'm not, it's because I have to do something or I'm asleep. Otherwise, I'll probably be on, because I'm just going to be basically
Making it
building
amazing.
everything that I possibly can.
That's so great.
Just because I love Minecraft. I love all of you guys. So, perfect combination.
So fun. Living your best Minecraft life, Ray adds from the chat. Well, thank you everyone for showing up. Thanks Paradox for showing us the Minecraft that's in store for us. I hope everyone has an enjoyable weekend. And once we open this up to staff and patrons to help build Spawn, we will let you know. Hopefully that'll be the next 24 to 48 hours. And it'll be open to the community in about a week or so. So anyways, hooray, everybody. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon.